What's going on, Jab Jab Talk Nation? It's your boy Ozil coming to you with a video, my post thoughts on yesterday's press conference in LA between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. Here's some thoughts. And by the way, I'm shooting this vertical, so hopefully you guys don't mind. This was on my mind, had to get it out, because trust me, I was watching it and then I watched the replay and then there were so many thoughts. Anyways, I just wanted to wait for the next day to record this. So, all right, let's talk about this press conference. It was, first off, it was nothing like the one in New York, which was surprising because New York is, Edgar's, Berlanga's hometown. We thought that he was going to turn it up for the homies, for the hometown, for the home city. Did not do that. However, Canelo turned up in LA, and it was really interesting to see what happened because, for the most part, like, we know Canelo Alvarez, right? He's a pretty calm, cool, collective cat. He doesn't really trash talk. We know that, right? We've seen him many times at these major press conferences, and he's not a trash talker. And, he turned up on Caleb Plant, and but was pretty, chill and professional with Jaime Munguia, and then now with Edgar Berlanga, it was like night and day. We saw like New York, we're like, all right, it's gonna be this kind of fight. It's gonna be respectable, respectable, and it's gonna be, cool, and it's gonna be like a Jaime Munguia type of press conference. Well, it was completely the opposite, and they are selling this fight now. This fight is on, y'all. It's on. Now, I want to share some thoughts on it. The press conference was going well, and I think what ended up happening, these are my thoughts right here, y'all. This is the reason why we do what we do, right? And then make sure you comment down below, subscribe. You know the drill. All right, so this is what happened, so they were going back and forth, whatever. And then what happened was Edgar Berlanga, and this is just my observation, let me know. He got distracted during his talk, and he went towards Caleb Plant and was like, he called him out. He's like, I'm not going to get, knocked out like this, and he went on and on and on. And he went on Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, we all know Caleb Plant is, he's street. He likes to get in the mix. He's always fighting at different fights he's attending. And, Caleb Plant is always into something and getting into some kind of trouble, right? With Charlo, and then with Ryan Garcia, and then the fight this past weekend with Crawford. And it was just, there's always something going on with him. Edgar Berlanga, he's gotten into it. So the dude is just, he's in the mix, okay? Quite often. So he jumps up, and Caleb Plant, y'all saw it, right? He stands up and Caleb Plant starts, mouthing off and replying to Edgar Berlanga, and then they went at it. And then I think that pissed off Canelo. I think that was the moment, if you really watched the video, that was the moment where Canelo got frustrated and just was like, what? Like, what's happening here? Like, we were supposed to do this back and forth, and now he's focused on this dude. I think he got frustrated and annoyed by it. And I think that's where he kind of cut into Caleb Plant, was like, look, I got him. Don't worry about him. It's easy. I got him. And that's what that's what happened. And then, he said, you think something about, Canelo was talking about, you think, he has more IQ than you? Like, just, and he was just trying to, calm it down, but also make his point too. And Edgar Berlanga goes, what are you talking about? What do you mean, IQ and this? And then that's how they started going back and forth, and that's when it erupted between Canelo and Berlanga. And then the trash talk started and continued all the way to the end. And man, it got crazy. We got to see Edgar Berlanga from the streets come out, and Canelo, is it me? But when Canelo speaks English, like, it's everything. Like, when he speaks Spanish, he's like cool, calm, collective, well-spoken. For those who speak Spanish, you know what I'm talking about. He's just well-spoken in Spanish, He conducts himself like a gentleman, always. Even in English, but whenever he gets to the trash talking in English, that Canelo is on a whole different level, and he is hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, everything from payday to like yesterday's conference, take it easy. Take it easy. You know, you're gonna get your turn. Canelo, I love you, Canelo. Listen, all you haters out there, Canelo haters, I don't care what you say, but this man is the face of boxing for a reason. He can bring in money. He's cocky. He's confident, and he's got the swagger, and he's just, when he turns up in English, it's a whole different. But he has like the it factor, right? I mean, listen, no diddy. The man is the man. Okay, all right. So back to Canelo. All right, so they were going back and forth. And, you know, there was a lot of things that were said. You know, Berlanga was talking trash, and he got up and says, you know, whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Canelo has been here before. And I feel like Edgar got shook yesterday. As much as we may say, oh, man, Edgar Berlanga is on. Yesterday showed that he is not focused. He's nervous. He's on the biggest stage of his life, and rightfully so. Like, this is his big fight, right? This is a big payday, big fight against a legendary fighter. And, you know, the fact that he got distracted clearly shows that he is very, very nervous. And he just didn't know how, like, to react to Canelo. And he was like, well, F you. And it was like, that's a sign of a man who's just not dialed in, you know? And did y'all see when Canelo was like, pat, 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 pat. Oh, Canelo. He was just, you know, and he told Edgar, he goes, I'm going to beat you down. You're going to feel the pain for 8 rounds. I'm going to hit you everywhere. And I believe it. And then, of course, it was funny because Edgar's camp tried to, like, get in the mix and start talking. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all were, like, completely fanboying over Canelo Alvarez. Highly respect, legendary. I had a dream about you one day. And then the next day, you're like, F you are, viva Puerto Rico, forget, Puerto Rico. I have all the fans, and I'm going to knock you out in 6th round. And it was just all this crap, to say the least. And I just thought it was funny. It was a really hilarious press conference, but it was entertaining, y'all. It was entertaining. I got to say that I'm really now, boxing fans, got to be excited about this fight because I think this is going to be an interesting fight. What's interesting about this fight is that, you know, Edgar Berlanga, you know, he's lacking a lot of boxing abilities, and he does get hit, and he's just not quite polished. He's not there at all. I mean, he's nowhere even near. People were talking about Jaime Munguia not being ready, but Jaime Munguia was definitely ready for a Canelo Alvarez. I don't think he's even Jaime Munguia level. I don't think he's even nowhere near Caleb Plant or, some of these other big fighters. Berlanga seems to think so, though. So, you know, all in all, like, you know, Berlanga, you know, he's a tall guy. He's big. You know, he's a natural 168-pounder. He can punch. But I feel like at the end of the day, you know, Canelo's been hit by some of the most powerful punches out there. You know, some big boys. From, you know, Triple G 3 times to Kolov, to Bivol, you know, a lot. He's gotten into some big fights and has been at 160 for quite some time. So I don't see Berlanga doing any damage to Canelo Alvarez with his punching power. I really don't, let alone his IQ. So, but we'll leave that for later on. I just wanted to share my thoughts, come in here and share my thoughts about yesterday's press conference. I thought it was hilarious. It was funny. They got turned up. English Canelo. Take it easy. Your turn is coming. Caleb, I got him. Don't worry. I got him for you, my friend. I got him from you, but I mean, he was hilarious. Listen, Canelo haters, I'm sorry. You got to love the man. You got to give the man his flowers to bring entertainment to the boxing world. He brings a different kind of style, a different vibe to the state of boxing. I don't care what it is. Crawford don't have it. Definitely don't have it. All these fighters don't have it. You know, Gervonta Davis is more like the street cat. You know, Shakur don't have it. Like, there's an it factor. Mayweather had it. De La Hoya had it. And you know, Canelo is definitely, he has it. All right. So it was an entertaining fight, or entertaining press conference. So I'm excited, y'all. Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on the press conference? Is Edgar Berlanga shook? Do you think he's now awoken and he's going to bring something that we want to see, which is a real fight, September 14th. Maybe this is what he needs to kind of rock the boat a little bit to take this fight serious. I think there may be too much respect on Edgar Berlanga. I mean, he was showing mad respect in New York. All of a sudden, he goes a different direction. So I just think he's nervous. He's shook. I think he got distracted. And Canelo didn't like it. So he checked him real quick. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this fight, y'all. Let me know in the comment section down below. Jab, jab, talk. Hit subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Peace.